All right, Glenn Ashby, are you pretty happy with the turnout here this morning?
Yeah, reasonably excited to be fair. It's been absolutely incredible to see how many people were here this morning, and to put the boat in the water for the first time. It's absolutely sensational, and a real credit to the shore team and the design team and all the guys that have been involved in the build of the boat. Absolutely amazing.
So you rolled the boat out yesterday just to basically tease everybody. The spies were out, photos are going around the world. There's been a lot of talk about the foil arms. Are you happy with them?
Yeah, they're big gear. They're big gear for sure, but they have to take a huge amount of load, and really the whole boat and the crew and everything is really relying on those foil arms to hold us out of the water. So an amazing piece of engineering and kit, really, to be honest, and the foil horizontals as well. They take a huge amount of load, so it's incredible, really, the engineering that's gone into these boats, and to be able to get out in the water in the next few days and sheet that on and test it all is going to be pretty exciting for sure.
What's the thoughts around only one rudder?
Yeah, obviously the one rudder, a little bit less stable than obviously a twin rudder setup, but a little bit better performance, so a little bit less drag. So I think the one rudder will be pretty cool and make the boats tricky to sail, but trickier to sail than a twin rudder setup. But at the end of the day, the boat's a high performance and high manoeuvrable sort of boat, so we'll hopefully learn how to sail it in the next year or so.
So there's not many crew that are going to be up on deck. You're hiding the rest in the bow?
Yeah, no, it's pretty tight down there. There's not a whole lot of swinging room. But at the end of the day, it's you don't want to be spread out all over the place. You want to be tight and huddled in there, and aerodynamically we wanted to keep sort of a lot of the guys out of the breeze. And it's an aircraft once it's airborne, not a boat. So a lot of work's gone into that side of it for sure.
Are you confident that you're going to be able to get out there and not put it in the piss straight away?
Look, I think the learning curve for us is going to be damn near vertical. I think for the first few weeks, the boats are pretty tippy. They are tippy boats, but at the same time quite stable in many respects as well once you're up and sailing. So I think the slow speed sailing is probably going to be trickier than the high speed sailing, to be honest. And for us, this is our first opportunity to get on the water as a sailing team, honestly, since the last race in Bermuda. So we haven't had a test boat. So this for us is our test boat and our first race boat. So we've got a lot to learn, and I think reality versus virtual reality, which has been indoors, to get out there in real life is going to be super exciting. And for sure there'll be some things that will be slightly different than what we were expecting. But hopefully we've got the right yachties to deal with that, and that intermingling with the design team and the engineers and the builders, that's going to be a really key component to moving forwards with the not only this boat but the future boat as well.
The match racing question. Do you reckon you guys are actually going to be able to do proper match racing in the pre-start?
I think honestly these boats are probably going to be one of the best boats ever for match racing, because they will be just so manoeuvrable. Going from displacement to foiling to be able to spin the boat around in a circle. Some of the stuff we've seen on the simulator is incredible what you can do with the boats, and if that is reality what we're seeing, some of those pre-starts are going to be absolutely phenomenal, and the racing itself is obviously going to be spectacular, no question, but the pre-start side of things and the fact that we wanted high engagement in the pre-start was one of the sort of the design concepts, if you like, and I think that's going to be the beauty about these boats, is they're going to look quite docile when they're tied at the dock, but I think when you put it into sport mode, they're going to be pretty aggressive.
So there is a sport mode on board. Is that another button that someone has to push?
Hopefully we won't press that one too early. We might put it in rain mode for a little while, like we did this morning, just to take it easy. But no, look, there's definitely going to be some learning that we're going to have, and we'll find out what the boat can do over the next few weeks. It's going to be pretty cool.
So what about the short, sharp chop that we have here in Auckland? And do you think the boat's going to be able to cope nicely with just scooting straight over the top of that?
I think even short, sharp chop will largely feel like flat water, when you're doing sort of 30, 40, 45, 50 knots.
You just said 50.
Yeah.
So we're going to get to 50?
Well, we'll see. I think the sky's the limit with these boats. We just, we've seen some pretty incredible numbers on the simulator, but look, it's one of those ones. What you see indoors and what you can do outdoors, we'll have to validate that. It's exciting. We're not going to blow our foot off at this point in time of what the boats will be able to do. But absolutely no question that we're going to need to be wearing some eye protection. That's for sure.
I named this yacht Aihe. May God bless everyone who sails on it.